Hey guys! So this is my very first, albeit very big, massive book haul, consisting of books that I've got over the past month, and some of them were even purchased in June, but since this is my first haul video, I wanted to go all out, and it's going to be long enough as it is, so I'll get right to it. The first pile of books are ones that were purchased. I think I'll go with the cheap ones first. Ones that I found either at Value Village or in thrift stores, or just happened upon and was able to pick them up cheap. So the first set of books is from Value Village from yesterday. I got books 1 and 2 of the Spiderwick Chronicles. It is a series that I've been wanting to read since I was little, but at $13 a pop, I wasn't going to be able to afford them growing up. But in retrospect, I probably should have asked for them for Christmas, but I was too busy, I don't know, dreaming for Harry Potter books. So anyway, I found these two, and I'm so excited to pick up the rest of them because I think they are, like, seriously some among the most prettiest books, like, ever done. Just with the style of the illustrations, and that they're little, and the deckled edges. Love them, love them. I can't wait to go home, like go to all these different Value Villages that I can and buy the rest of them, because those were only like $1.50 each. So it was great, and they were in perfect condition too, so it was awesome. Another book that I found was Boy by Roald Dahl. It's kind of like his own autobiography, and I've read a lot of Roald Dahl. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is one of my most favorite books of all time, so I'm kind of interested to read tales of the man behind the madness. So I'm excited. Got that for, I think, $1 as well. And then the last book that I got from there is, it appeals to my child side. I spy. The Treasure Hunt one. And I remember this being one of my favorite ones. And I just found it in perfect condition, and it was only $2. It's regular like $20. So I'm pretty thrilled, because I think I have like 2 others, I think. I only have like 2 other I Spy books, so I found this. Yay. These next 2 books, also found at a thrifty price. I found this, Farmer Boy. I'm trying really hard to collect all of the Little House books, not just Laura Ingalls Wilder's books, but also her daughter's books, Rose Wilder. And there are books, obviously not written by Laura herself, but there's still books chronicling the lives of, I think, Laura's mother, her grandmother, and even her great-grandmother, which have like maybe 2, 3, 4 books a piece in each series. And so I've been finding those gradually in used bookstores. But for the Laura series, I've been missing this one. I had it a long time ago, and then I lost it. But then I noticed they came out in these beautiful editions where I've always loved the illustrations. I always have. But what's great about these is that the pages are white and thick and glossy, and the illustrations are like, they're colored now. It's so cool. It's delicious. I'm really happy that I found this. Regular $12, and I found it at this lovely old bookstore that we have downtown for $6. I was happy. And this next one, my boyfriend got for me today. He was at a comic book store, and he saw a on sale section, and so he found me this lovely copy of Sense and Sensibility for a graphic novel. I'm pretty excited. I love Jane Austen. She's one of my favorite authors, and so he got me this for, I think, $5. 3 or 5. I think he said 3, and it's regular $23, and it's in perfect condition. So I'm so happy. I just saw what it looks like naked. I've never looked at it naked before. It's pretty. It's not fancy or anything, but it's still nice. I like it. So these next 2 books, I was downtown, and there was this United bookstore that is actually going out of business. And I went in, and they were doing a liquidation on like all their books. Yeah. So I perused around for a little while, and I finally bought myself a copy of Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf. I love it. It's simple. It says Vintage Classics right on the side. It was $20 wherever it came from originally. I got it for $3.50. Yeah, I'm happy. It's great. I'm excited. The next one is, I heard about it in a movie, one of my favorite movies, because I'm a film major, so I watch a lot of movies, and I get a lot of my books and or music from watching movies. So I watched the Jane Austen book club, and one of the authors they talk about in there was Ursula Le Guin. And so one of the books they mentioned was Sea Road, and I happened to spot this at the liquidation sale for $5. It was $30 once upon a time, and I got it for $5, or maybe $4. It was a few weeks ago. I can't remember. These next books are from, yeah, thanks to BookTube. Last month, I finally discovered what I've been missing all my life, which is the book outlet. I only wish that I lived in St. Catharines so that I could take advantage and go to the store in person probably all the time. But instead I settled for the website, and I went a little crazy, not too crazy, not as crazy as I definitely could have. I have a wish list there now that is like a mile long. But the first book I had ordered from there, because I was so excited to get my hands on it, is Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. All the booktubers that I've been watching, like, they just talk about Rainbow non-stop. And I was like, because I've read reviews for this, many reviews, because I read a lot of magazines. And I was always curious about it, but I didn't want to pay the full price for it. But anyway, I found it on Book Outlet for $7. I picked it up! So I now have Rainbow Rowell. Exciting. The next 3 books that I also got from Book Outlet, because I showed Book Outlet to Matt, and he became very excited, and so we decided to go crazy and order a bunch. I think we got 3 books each. And so I got Bright Star. I love the movie Bright Star. I love the love story between John Keats and Fanny Braun, and now I have the letters that John wrote to Fanny in a book, as well as all the sonnets and poetry that he wrote about her or to her. So I'm really excited to read this. I love this love story. And by the way, it was only like $4, $5. Regular $15. And the other books that I got in that little haul thing were, I don't think I've heard of this, but it's a memoir, and it's called Chocolate Chocolate. I'm all about chocolate. And it's by Frances Park and Ginger Park. And near as I can tell, it's about these 2 Korean women, I want to say, who have a flair, a passion for making chocolate, and it's about them opening a store in, I want to say New York, but maybe it's not New York, but they open a chocolate shop. And yes, it's the true story of 2 sisters, tons of treats, and the little shop that could. So it sounds awesome, and I love memoirs as well, so I'm excited. I got it for, I think, $4, and it was regular $30. Yay! I love that they're in such good condition. That's just a plus for me. And the final book that I got in that box was Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I saw that they had Eleanor Park as well as Fangirl, and I was like, I have to get both because I've seen this at chapters 2, but I didn't want to pay the full price for that, and so this was $7, and I'm like, yay! I'm really excited to read it. It's so big. It's great. Oh, I can't do that. I'm happy. I've got like 2 Rainbow Rowells now. So this last pile of books is I want to say my shame pile, because I think Matt might have bought me 2 of them, but the rest I've purchased myself at full price at either Chapters or, yeah, Chapters, or except for one, which I got from Michael's, because I couldn't wait to get it from Amazon. I had to have it now. And it is called How to Draw and Paint Fairyland. I'm trying to get into watercolor before school starts in the fall. I'm trying. I really am. And so it's all about how to create your own watercolor kind of fairyland. And it's got how-tos and tutorials. I'm just so excited. I'm all about that kind of stuff. It tells you what kind of paints to collect, and I really can't wait to tear into that before the summer's over, hopefully. This next book that I got is Harriet the Spy by Louise Fitzhugh. I think Matt got me this. We read the book, he and I, when we were in children's literature year before last, I think, in university. And I hadn't read it before, surprisingly. And I fell in love with it. I loved that it was so 60s. I love the artwork that's also done by Louise Fitzhugh, that it's just like pen, just ink. And it inspired me. And I love Harriet herself. She reminded me a lot of myself, as a lot of us probably feel that way. But this is the 50th anniversary edition copy that just came out this year. I remember reading the review about it. And it's got tributes inside by people like Judy Blume, Meg Cabot, Lois Lowry, and others. So I want to hear what they have to say about this. I'm interested. It's so great. The next one is, because I watch a lot of trailers, you know, film major, so I love to be on the lookout for trailers. I'm hoping that this channel will turn into a movie review kind of thing too. It would be so exciting. But this next book I got is The 100-Foot Journey. This is a movie that's coming out, I believe, next month, starring Helen Mirren. Lovely. This was a best-selling novel, and so it's based on that. It's about a woman who's got a Michelin star restaurant in France, and about this Indian family that move literally across the street and open up a big Indian restaurant. And it's the dynamics of that, and like the funny kind of fighting and tension that goes on, and I really can't wait to read it. I can't wait to read it and see it and be able to compare the two. It's an exciting prospect. The next one that I got for myself was Sadako and the Thousand Paper Cranes by Eleanor Kerr. I'm not sure if anybody else has read this. I read it first in grade school. You know, one of those little chapter books that you read, do book reports on, and discuss in class. And it stuck with me, and then I forgot about it for a long time, and then I found it in the library, and I was like, oh yeah, this book. And I read it again. And then I was perusing around chapters, and I was like, what can I get that's not too expensive? And I found this, and I'm like, oh, I remember this. I remember it, and I remember the beautiful illustrations that there were, and how much it moved me, and it was only $7. I got it, and I got this little classic now, so I'm happy about that. The next book is called Twee, The Gentle Revolution in Music, Books, Television, Fashion, and Film by Mark Spitz. Interesting name. It's amazing, actually. It's research on, I guess twee, it's like, you know how hipster's the thing, it's a term. Well, apparently twee is being used in today's popular culture. Like stuff that's in popular culture that we talk about, that we focus on and stuff. It's a social sciences kind of thing, and being from university, I take an interest in that kind of thing, like pop culture. And so some of the stuff that's talked about in here and how it relates to pop culture, it's a huge long list, including Walt Disney, James Dean, J.D. Salinger, Sylvia Plath, Dr. Seuss, Truman Capote, Maurice Sednak, Edward Gorey, Jean Seberg, The Kinks, Judy Blume, Nick Drake, Jonathan Rickman, Beat Happening, The Smiths, They Might Be Giants, Nirvana, Belle and Sebastian, Wes Anderson, Pitchfork, This American Life, McSweeney's, Mumblecore, Vampire Weekend, Suzanne Stevens, Miranda July, Tavi Jevonson, Lena Dunham, Portlandia, and Zooey Deschanel. I know about half the stuff on that list, but I'm interested in the other half. Anyway, I love reading stuff about the stuff that I love, so I'm interested in that. The next one, which I already mentioned in a previous video, is Why We Broke Up by Daniel Handler. I was really excited to get this when I saw it in a bunch of videos, a couple of videos, and I blew through it. It was in about a day, because it was for the booktuber-thon, and it was really good. I'm really glad I bought it, because I love collecting the illustration, like the works of illustrators. I know that's weird, but I love collecting, like Phoebe Gilman is one of my favorite children's authors, and I love that she's an artist too, and I love just looking at her artwork. I love the artwork for children's books. So Myra Coleman, I've seen her work before in Michael Pollan's second edition of Food Rules. I saw her illustrations and I fell in love with her as an artist, and then I found this and I looked at the illustrator. I didn't make a connection, and then I was looking through at her illustrations and I'm like, she looks familiar. Oh my god, it's that chick! So I'm excited that I got another book of her work, but also that I have a book by Daniel Handler and not just Lemony Snicket. So I'm kind of interested to see if I'll get any more of his books written as Daniel Handler. The next book, which I also mentioned in my last video, is Ask the Passengers by A.S. King. I'm so glad that I got this, really, and that I didn't just get it from a library, because when you find an author you really like and you think it's going to be your favorite, you want to have their books. You just, like, you know, we want to collect them as they come out. So the next one that's coming out, according to Ariel Bissett, is Lori O'Brien's History of the Future, and that's going to come out around my birthday. So hint, hint to Nat or somebody. I don't know. Anyway. The next one that I got was, actually I think Matt got this for me too. It was the last book Matt got for me, and then he said, we're going on a book buying ban. I agree, but not wholeheartedly. Anyway, I'm going to try. I am going to try to be better next month. But anyway, he got me Landline by Rainbow Rowell. I'm so happy. I really didn't think that I'd get it. But really, it was so hard to pass up because I didn't want to wait, of course, until the paperback comes out. This only came out this month, but it was still on for 40% off the chapters. So we got it for like 17 something, but I have it. And look how it is naked. It's so cool. I love it. I love it. And I can't wait to read it. It sounds like such an exciting premise. Like, not exactly time traveling, but a sort of time traveling phone. Like being able to talk to your husband, your future husband in the past, to like prevent some kind of disaster, knowing now what you didn't know then, kind of thing. That's an interesting concept, and I'm excited to see how it plays out. I hear it's really good, so that's great. And the last book that I have in this way too big haul is Laurie Halse Anderson's The Impossible Knife of Memory. It's her newest book. I love Laurie Halse Anderson. I loved her from Speak and through Winter Girls, and I read a couple of them. I read Prom and Catalyst. I haven't read Fever 1783 or 1753, that other one she did, but I love her. She manages to be the author where if I start her books, I have to keep going until I've finished it. Like, I literally cannot tear myself away from her writing. It's so captivating. And so this is her newest one that just came out a few months ago, and I'm really excited to read it because it's so big, it's so great, I'm so happy. So, yes, that is my book haul. I'm not going to bother trying to to put all this up, to lift all this up. I don't know. I don't think it would fit. I don't think I could stand back far enough. As you see, I'm in a little bit of a cramped space, but that's all for my haul. I try to keep this as short as possible, and it's still ridiculously long, but what can you do? I don't know what my next video is going to be. I don't know. I kind of covered most of the basics. I don't know, maybe in a few weeks I'll do something like a reviews, maybe, for the ones that I read soon, because I did a little TBR pile in my last video of some library books that I got, but you know, a couple of those were graphic novels, so you know how you breeze through those. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Anyway, that's my book haul. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!